So what is your mindset when it comes to money? What is your money blueprint? You may be surprised that it's not what you think. More on that coming up. Hi, my name is Daniel, and this is 9 to 5 No More. And as a hardworking SOB myself who's barely scraping by, living paycheck to paycheck, I believe that if we're working tons of hours at work, spending time away from our families and the things that we love to do, then we should have a lot more to show for it. Don't you think so? So that's why here on this channel, it's my mission to free myself and as many others as possible from the slaving grind of the 9 to 5 by exploring a multitude of options for creating your very own online business and making money online. So if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos where I'll bring you the best tips, tools, and strategies for creating your very own successful online business. Now let's get on to today's video. All right, today is day number 11. I ran out of fingers for number 11, but today is day 11 of the 15-day challenge through Legendary Marketer. And today it's all about mindset, but money mindset. Now, David is a follower of T. Harv Eker. He wrote the book Millionaire Mind, a book that I have read, had some really good points to it. I'm not a big follower myself of T. Harv Eker. I just didn't jive with the guy that much, but he did have some very good points, some very interesting points that I had never thought about. And I'm going to bring those to you today. Starting with, what's your money blueprint? And what is a money blueprint? Well, money blueprint, essentially, if you think about what a blueprint is, it's schematics. It's a layout of a building or a piece of machinery, and it shows all the components and how they work. We have a blueprint when it comes to money. And believe it or not, it has been built up over time to the current point where you are right now. But it started at a very young age with how we were raised. Your parents and anybody else close to you that was able to discuss money around you, not just to you, but around you. These are things that you have absorbed throughout your life. Certain ways of thinking that have built your blueprint and told you how you're going to be around money. And now these same thoughts govern your everyday life. And when you think about it, your thoughts and your beliefs determine your level of success right now. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. See, you probably grew up with hearing phrases like, what, am I made of money? Or money doesn't grow on trees, right? What about hearing about people that have money? Those filthy rich people? Or what about money is the root of all evil? Which, by the way, is a misquote of the Bible. The Bible actually says, by the way, sorry, my neighbor is weed eating outside, so I apologize if you hear any of the noise, but we are going to press through, all right? But these are all phrases that come together to shape our money blueprint. They're ingrained into us. We've absorbed them by osmosis. Even if nobody told us, this is what you should believe. You've heard it over and over and over again. And because of that, it's solidified that thought that, well, it must be true. I've heard it from everybody that I know. Take a look at everybody that you know. How many well-off people do you know? How many wealthy people do you know? Most of us look around and I know I don't have any wealthy friends. Neither does my family. We don't have any wealthy family members. So there's this spread out ripple effect of poverty and poorness, poor mindset that has just been spread like wildfire. So is this money blueprint, is this thing set in stone? The good thing is, no, it's not. But it's going to take some work to redo this blueprint. Essentially, you're going to have to rewire your thoughts on money and where it comes from, why it's important to you, and what can be done with it. The first step to rewiring your blueprint is to first acknowledge these thoughts. when they come up, when you are thinking, I can't afford that. When you have a thought like that, acknowledge it and then understand it. Have an understanding of where that came from. More than likely, that's something that your father said to you when you asked him for a new pair of shoes. Well, I can't afford that. A really good example of this comes from the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, in where Poor Dad would say, well, I can't afford that. What does Rich Dad say in that same situation? He sits and thinks, well, how can I afford that? It's a different way of thinking. It's taking the same situation. The situation is you don't have the money right now. But taking that same exact situation and saying, well, how can I make this work? What can I do differently? That is the difference between a poor mindset and a rich mindset. It's much more finite when you have a statement. A statement is much different than a question. When you have a statement, you have decided, you have made your mind up, you've taken your ground. That you've already made your mind up that this is how it is, and there's no other way around it. However, with a rich mindset, your initial thought is, okay, I see this obstacle in front of me. I don't have the money for this thing that I want or that my child wants, but I know that there's a way to get there. I know that there's a way to get to it. So how do I do that? What's that pathway? What's that conduit? Those are the thoughts that we have to have when it comes to our money blueprint. Now the third step is called disassociation. And disassociation is probably one of the hardest parts because that's where you've already acknowledged the thought, you've understood where it comes from, now you have to disconnect from that thought and separate from it and say, I'm not going to think this way anymore, I'm going to think this way instead. And then the most important part, back it up with action. Take action. Do the thing that is going to produce the results that you're looking for. If you don't take action, just thinking about it alone isn't going to help you. It's not going to help you at all. You have to take action on these thoughts. And by doing this over and over and over again with all of these thoughts that we were raised with that have compounded into us to build our money blueprint to what it is, we have to start unraveling that bit by bit. And by doing so, we're going to start seeing the world in a different light. We're going to start seeing it from a rich mentality. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. That's, I imagine, the reason why all of us are here. We don't want to be broke anymore. There's a reason why we're living paycheck to paycheck. There's a reason why we don't have enough money for the things that we know will bring us a little bit more happiness in life. Now I know, money doesn't bring happiness, but I'll tell you what, life is a lot shittier when you don't have money. Don't you agree? And for a lot of us, money would solve a lot of our problems. Not all of them, of course not. There's internal problems, there are emotional, mental problems that money will never solve. I understand that. And I'm not advocating that money will. But life is a lot harder when you don't have money. That's all there is to it. So if you want to acquire more wealth, if you do want to acquire more money, the first thing you have to do is change this and then change your action. And by doing that over and over again, you will start to see a new you emerge. A new you comes forth. One that is taking the right steps to get to the life that you know that you deserve. And I hope that you get there. So I hope that you found today's video informative. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up in the comment section below. And I will have a link where you can find out more about the teachings of T. Harv Eker. And I'll leave a link to Robert Kiyosaki's book. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And remember to subscribe for more. And until next time, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.